Hey, this is Travis. We are continuing our journey into the DeFi ecosystem. In the last video, we ended talking about yield farming aggregators. This is software that automatically moves your crypto around and tries to maximize your yield. Now, in this video, I'm going to round out everything we've talked about and talk about something called DeFi dashboards, which bring all the different DeFi protocols together into one single UI for the user. Let's get into it. Today, we're going to be talking about two dashboards, Zerion and Zapper. I'm sure there are some others, but these are the ones I am familiar with. So the first way to think about a DeFi dashboard is that it extends the functionality of a Web3 wallet. So the most popular Web3 wallet are browser extensions like MetaMask. And you can see right here, if I go up to Ethereum mainnet, you can see here that it's really simple what this does. First of all, it's a small UI pop-up right here. It shows the different assets that I'm holding in my wallet. I can swap from here. It probably uses a DEX aggregator in order to do that. And then I can also send crypto from this wallet, but it's somewhat limited functionality and it's a small UI. But the nice thing about these DeFi dashboards is that I can connect my wallet to them and it actually shows me a portfolio view of my wallet. This is really similar to what it looks like when I log into my traditional bank account in Fidelity, and I have a stock and bond brokerage there, so I'm investing in different assets and I can see the price change over time. And this is what this allows me to do, Zerion and also Zapper. It shows the price movement of my portfolio over time. Ouch. Yeah, it's been a bad month for crypto. But yeah, that's one way that it extends functionality. Now, probably the main thing that I love about DeFi dashboards is how it brings all of the DeFi protocols together into one UI. And this is something I call software composability. It's not just what I call it. It's most people have agreed on this term. It's the idea that since all Web3 protocols are open source, meaning that they're publicly available. Anyone can copy them essentially and roll out a similar product. They can be utilized by any other DeFi protocol Web3 protocol in the future. This is different from the closed applications of Web2 companies who sometimes limit their APIs. In Web3, everything is totally open and any DeFi protocol can build on other protocols, right? So just as an example, these DeFi dashboards bring everything we've talked about together. They have swap functionality right here. So I can, this is like going back to the first video with Uniswap. They integrate a decentralized exchange into here. And let's say I want to go from ETH to YDAI. It's going to allow me to do this in this application. Let me go to the swap feature in Zerion. I want to go from ETH to DAI. It's actually going to search through all of the decentralized exchanges on Ethereum, and it's going to choose something called 1-inch exchange. This is something called a DEX aggregator because it's not just looking at the exchange rate within one DEX. Like if I went to Uniswap and looked in there, it would just be giving me the exchange rates for Uniswap liquidity pools. But actually, it's looking across all of the different DEXs Zerion is in the Ethereum ecosystem. And it's going to give me the best exchange rate through the best exchange for this swap right here. So that is a great convenience. And also we have on Zapper, if we go to invest, we have other DeFi protocols integrated into here, right? Aave, Compound and Compound are the lending and borrowing platforms that we've talked about. And it's showing all the listings here, and I can deposit my crypto directly from here, but it's going to deposit it into a Compound lending pool. Same thing if I go to invest in pool. These are all the liquidity pools across Ethereum. And so it's showing me stuff from Sushi Swap and Curve and etc. And so it's allowing me to make these to earn these yields, to invest my tokens all from one UI, which I think is a great convenience, especially for first-time users. You can probably also filter, right? Fee APR. I can actually filter for what is the highest APR across the entire ecosystem and then invest directly from there. The last thing I want to talk about with these DeFi dashboards is that they have the multi-chain future in mind. When I say multi-chain future, I mean it's the idea that we're going to use multiple blockchains. We're not just going to use one single blockchain in the future. Decentralized applications are going to be used, are going to be spread across multiple blockchains, and people will want to transact value between these blockchains. So some products that already exist are token bridges. So I can move tokens or value from Ethereum to Polygon, which is a layer 2 blockchain, or it's a side chain to Ethereum. Arbitrum and Optimism are layer 2s for Ethereum. Avalanche and Phantom are other totally separate EVM compatible blockchains. And so these bridges allow us to move value between them. But what these DeFi dashboards do is they aggregate all of the bridges together. So instead of going to the Ethereum Polygon bridge on its own web app, it actually aggregates everything into here. And then also what Zapper does is it's actually already showing me all of the, it's showing me my account balance across these 11 networks right here. So it's allowing me to see my wallet balance not only across multiple Ethereum wallets, but across the different network EVM networks that I could be a part of, or that I could hold tokens on, like Polygon. It's going to make me switch my wallet to Polygon, but yeah, and now it's going to be showing Polygon liquidity pools and lending platforms that I can invest in. Very cool. So that wraps up everything in the first wave of DeFi. We looked at the most foundational protocols. We looked at decentralized exchanges, MakerDAO, which is a stablecoin minting platform, lending borrowing platforms. We talked about liquidity mining, staking, yield farming, Yearn Finance, which is a yield aggregator, so it automatically moves crypto around and earns you yield. And then finally, this DeFi dashboard, bringing everything into one single UI. Now, in the next videos, we're going to talk about DeFi 2.0, which is the next wave of DeFi apps. They're trying to solve some issues that DeFi 1 currently has. Some issues include first of all, stable coins. There's a lot of experimentation being done around what is the optimal stable coin, what's the optimal design for it. So in the next video, we're going to go through all of the different stable coin types and talk about their pros and cons and what's happening in that space. And then the second issue is to have long-term deep liquidity in your protocol. Like we talked about how important liquidity is across DeFi, and we can start to see how these liquidity mining programs aren't leading to long-term capital. People come for the short term to earn high yield and then leave once that yield dries up in that liquidity mining program. So we're going to talk about some new solutions in the DeFi 2.0 era that try to solve this issue of deep liquidity. Thank you all.